I'm not sure. Still, I think it's still on. Today's the last day, but I thought I'll just spend some time. It's been a while since I've been live. I hope you all are doing good, and thank you for joining me in this live session. Now, as I have done so many videos on CDSL, and you would have seen that as a Dhoni cool, but what's different in SDL, and what can it just take away the spark of CDSL, which is, I'm not sure if anybody is familiar with. Both of them are part of depository services, which means that it's kind of a bank account for your shares in a dematerialization form, basically electronic form in simple ways. Now, I've applied for it because given I'm a capital market guy, being in investment management domain, I'm pretty gung-ho about that, especially CDSL. I've been invested for almost like 170 levels and still holding and covered that in various channels. But what about NSDL, right? So I thought I'll just come and talk about this briefly. And and so you have to look at it and so you have to look at it and see what going on there, right? So as you know, CDSL is very much focused in mainly on the retail segment, whereas NSDL is more on the corporate side of the books. So if you see, we have one of the key differentiator, you have to look at it from the market capitalization or from the profit point of view, is a profit margin. If you look at CDSL, the profit margin is way higher, almost like double or 40% or something, because they have their retail book and they have exponentially grown their books, and numbers are all available on internet. You can find out that. But the most important point is that CDSL is more retail focused, and that's why it get higher price to earning ratio, whereas NSDL, which is coming with and people who have booked or taken that in unlisted space, they've already in loss. But that's okay, because NSDL is something you have to think from a long term game, is what you look at it, because covering NSDL and CDSL, you're bringing together two core businesses, duopoly, I would say, which you want to look at it. Now, there's no recommendation to buy and sell. It's more about such IPOs when come in, it always excites me about it, because you want to hold those kind of cool, calm, like Dhoni, like stocks like CDSL and NSDL. We have to see that. But the key differentiator is profit margin, and second key differentiator is NSDL is focusing on corporate side of it, where CDSL focus on the retail side of it. We still got few hours before IPO closes. I have applied for it, and I'll, I would say that something I'm not hopeful. It's a long term play. If you don't get it, it's okay. If you don't apply, also fine. The market will determine what the best price for this particular stock is. And if you are able to hear me well and getting value, just give a thumbs up. I really apologize. I've been not being coming live or sharing videos. I've been busy with a lot of work going around, but I'm looking forward to have some regular conversation. I know market is in correction mode, but all the Trump saga going on, and you know all the tariff, we'll cover more of that. I think main important point is focusing on right businesses, right opportunity, because always say when there's a red in the market, that's where the best time is. So please focus on that. Mainly, let's come back to topic of CDSL and SDL, why I applied for that IPO. And IPOs, I'm not generally very gung of IPOs, as you know that I don't even cover that. But NSDL, I applied it just as a token way, because this is a stock which you should evaluate it. No recommendation again, just from the long term perspective. And as it get listed, you will get more of my own commentary around that stock, and we'll cover more details. But if I have to summarize this short live video in 3 points, one is, first, CDSL and NSGL, they are two duopoly in India, right? They are basically holding accounts for your shares. Now, NSGL focuses on corporate, CDSL focuses on retail. The core difference is the you have to factor in number of accounts which NSDL has versus CDSL, and CDSL is way higher because they manage retail book. And whereas in CDSL, NSDL manages the corporate book, so number of accounts are way less. But the asset under management is a key area which you have to focus on. And for CDSL, you have to look at number of accounts, because that's where all the holdings are, and they make margin on that. And the focus is retail focus for CDSL, which is where whenever you have a retail focus, you have more opportunities to basically get additional revenue, because they've already built the tech stack. It's just a matter of getting that. Give a thumbs up on this live channel if you are able to, able to get value out of that. That'll be helpful. And so I would say that that's where I kind of focus on. Maybe if I get allotment, that's great, because it's not going to make a huge difference to my portfolio, but about that. So I'll talk to you about it in next video. Just put in comment box below. Are you going to apply for the IPO, and you think that this will be of worth for you? Till the next video, I'll see you. So I will disconnect that and